Hello, and welcome to the iTrace file demo video. In this video, I will cover the various file types that are used throughout the iTrace infrastructure. First, we will cover the iTrace core files. Core files are made by using iTrace core for an eye tracking session. The core file is in an XML format. The top iTrace core tag contains attributes that correspond to the session, such as the session ID, timestamp, and task information. The environment tag contains information about the screen and the eye tracker that was used during the tracking session. The calibration tag contains information on any tracker calibration done before the session. The gazes tag and any sub-tags contain the list of all recorded eye gazes during the tracking session. This is the bulk of the data from the tracking and is used in iTrace Toolkit for calculating fixations and other movements. Next, we will look at an iTrace IDE plugin file. This file specifically was recorded from iTrace Visual Studio, but all iTrace IDE files should follow the same format. Like core files, plugin files are in an XML format. The top iTrace plugin tag contains the session ID of the tracking session. The environment tag contains information about the screen as well as which plugin generated this file. This info can also be found in the default name of the file. The gazes tag contains contextual information for the gazes that was recorded in the core file. There is not always a plugin file entry for each core file entry, and the faster performing your machine is, the more your plugin data will match. Using the Deja Vu feature in iTrace Core can greatly help with this as well. The plugin data is used alongside the core data in iTrace Toolkit to map the gazes to line and column positions in the file. Next, we will look at a SourceML archive file. Along with the core and plugin data, iTrace Toolkit uses a SourceML archive file to map the gazes to actual tokens in the source code. The archive file should be generated on the entire code space that was used during the tracking session, and it should be generated with positional information. The archive file is broken up into multiple unit tags, with each unit being the SourceML of an individual file. More information on SourceML format can be found on their website, sourceml.org. As mentioned earlier, the iTrace core, iTrace plugin, and SourceML archive files can be used in iTrace Toolkit to generate an SQLite database that contains fixation and token mapping data. A Toolkit database file can contain multiple iTrace core and plugin file pairs, and can use multiple SourceML archive files to map the tokens. Check the description for some links that detail the iTrace Toolkit process as well as the database schema in more detail. The main parts of the Toolkit database are the gaze, fixation, and IDE context tables. The gaze and IDE context data come from the iTrace core and plugin files, while the fixation data comes from running various fixation filter algorithms on the data. Alongside the IDE plugins, iTrace provides a plugin for Chrome. This Chrome plugin outputs a slightly different XML file to the IDE plugins, and the output will be different based on which website the plugin has been configured for. Each gaze is numbered and will contain information about the tag and context of the element that was looked at. The description will have links to the GitHub page for more information on supported websites. iTrace Toolkit does not support Chrome plugin files. Lastly, we will look at the output file of a Deja Vu recording. This file will be by default named out.csv. It contains gaze information as well as mouse and keyboard information that was recorded during the tracking session. This file is used during a Deja Vu replay to recreate the recording session at a slower speed so that the plugin can record more contextual information. That is all for the iTrace file type demonstration video. Check the description of this video for more videos on the iTrace infrastructure.